Oh, this is for sure the laziest way to make a thumbnail on YouTube, but look at these results I'm getting. These are the results I'm getting from the AI. I didn't even make any of these. So these are based off of other people's thumbnails because you can basically recreate them or go off a text prompt. These are all for the last video I'm making that you've probably seen on my channel for thumbnails off of a Minecraft like style thumbnail, trying to like help people make those because they're very hard to make generally if you don't have a lot of Photoshop skills. Just in case people need a little bit more help, this is, you can see the output of a thumbnail from the AI, and this was the inspiration. So you can see how the background is blurred on the thumbnail, and you can see from my pixels one that I did not have a blurred background. So there's a couple things you can do. You see they got the text perfectly and everything like that, but say this was almost perfect but you still want that background. You basically have done no editing, but what you can do is take your thumbnail that you made from the AI, bring it into Canva, and then kind of do your finishing touches. You could add your text in here as well if you wanted. The main thing I usually like to do for finishing up and making a cleaner thumbnail is just quickly duplicating these by clicking this little button down here in the middle, duplicate, when you click on the photo. Then you have two photos of the same thumbnail, and then you just do background remover. Now this background remover will take out the subject like that. And then what you can do with the subject is make sure you have a little box. Get rid of that box so you can reach the back box of the thumbnail. So now we're clicking on the back full picture thumbnail and click edit. Click edit and then go down to blur and then just make blur intensity of the whole image. Actually, you just go to the whole image at the top here and do intensity and basically just blur it out. So now what it's going to do is just have a blurred out back image. So you can see our thumbnail text also got blurred, which is not great, but you can just bring this down if you wanted to. What you can do is go back to that main image, duplicate it again, and kind of just take off of that blur effect off of it. And then you can just have that show up at the top here if you wanted. So that's a really botched way of doing it, but that's a really fast way to do it as well. So you could do that if you wanted to. This blur is kind of drastic, but I recommend just typing in your own text in general anyways, so you're not having this issue. You just put in text box, thumbnail, and just make this bigger by extending it. You can put it in bold text. Bring it right behind him, make it white, and then you can add that drop shadow in by clicking effects here, clicking shadow, and then clicking on color of the shadow and then making that black. And then you can basically see you have that, and you want to make the intensity or transparency of it, you can make it less or more here depending on where you want it. And then you can click on your person in the front here, and if you commit command and then the little bracket, it will bring it up to the front. And then there you go. You have this all fixed. You always, anytime you want, can fix this background of how intense you want the blur to be by just clicking on that blur setting again and just bringing it down. So maybe if you have a little bit more of that background available so you can kind of see it. So that is just a basic way of like cleaning up it in the background. Start making the main image in pixels and then going on to fixing it in Canva. And that's what I'm gonna do for this as well. This is a Minecraft thumbnail basically based off of someone else's using a bunch of different AIs, but now Pixel can kind of do it all. So I wanted to take this photo, take it in Canva again, put it into the YouTube thumbnail size here. But then I was just download the Pixel's logo, drag that in as well. And you literally can just quickly just put it over each one of these if you wanted to. And this is just a really quick fix of like, you're basically doing no work on the like actual making of the thumbnail. You're kind of just cleaning it up. I'm adding a drop shadow onto it by going to edit. And then you go to shadows right here. But you see how that is pixels right there. That doesn't look too bad. And then I took another AI image. I just typed in AI and downloaded this image from Google. And I'm just gonna put this around. We're gonna do drop shadow. Kind of gives a little bit of an edge to your image. I feel like this one needs to be up a little bit more too. And then you take this, duplicate it. I'm just pretending, it's basically just switching out these icons with these separate little pixel and AI images. But this is based off of another viral thumbnail for making thumbnails. So now I have a complete thumbnail with what little logos I want in here. So that's something to keep in mind with pixels is I say put the pixel logo instead, and it just has a hard time doing that generally for every single logo. So just to keep that in mind, logos might be a little bit difficult for it to put in, but you can just kind of give it a base idea of what thumbnail you want. Add your logos in later. So say we're trying to make a thumbnail literally for this video right now. And since this is just a very casual video, I usually just put a very casual thumbnail. But say we're trying to do a little more try hard. We're gonna go to YouTube and type in making thumbnail with AI, because that's what we're doing right now basically. Basically, we're gonna scroll down and just look up what viral thumbnails are and like what's getting more views. This is with vidIQ's free thing. You can kind of see what is showing up and getting more retention here. Yours, AI. So that's a pretty great thumbnail with a better CTR for click-through rate. That's really nice. So let's say we want to take this inspiration. I'm just opening it up, the YouTube video. We're gonna copy the link of that YouTube video, go back to Pixels. I'm gonna do a new chat. Now these do take credit every single time. So that's the only downside is you have to pay for this. But I mean, I was paying for editors to make thumbnails before, or you're paying with your time. And I mean, this is so worth it. Watch this. Recreate is what you want to do, and that's off of a link. You can either upload an image or you can just literally use the YouTube link right here, which is really nice because then it's just going to pull the thumbnail. Inspirational way is basically how much you want to look like the original photo that you gave it. We're going to say hi, and you're also going to add changes in here as well. Now, I'm not too worried about any changes because it's kind of similar to exactly what I want, and I can change my face out afterwards. So I'm going to click generate, and let's see what this gives us. While it loads here, just know it does cost money for these every month. You can pay monthly or annually. I do have a discount and a link down below. I recommend using it. I appreciate the support if you do. You can even swap out your face as well, which I'll show you here in a second. So if you make a thumbnail and you want to then change that thumbnail face into your face instead of an AI face, you also can do that as well. That is what we just got off of the thumbnail. That is crazy. Let's go back and look. That is what the video looked like right here. That is crazy. Crazy good. I don't even know how to describe how much time that just saved me. That video is done. Basically, that thumbnail is done. I mean, the people in the background are not noticeable YouTubers like Mr. Beast was and the other ones. But the fact that I got yours, AI, everything spelled correctly. The only downside was it looked like it messed up, not an up arrow here, but we can fix that quickly and clean it up if we want to. It's not really worth probably wasting your credits to clean up simple things like that, I would say. So we're just going to download this. But let's say you want to fix your face. So that's not obviously my face. It just went off of base the other image. What you can do is click on this button right here and it does face swap. And I'm just going to drag in a photo of myself and then click generate here, and it's going to swap out the face, and let's see what it does here. This should take, again, like another minute. So basically, this whole process is literally probably going to take me less than 3 minutes if I was just going straight to it instead of explaining it. And I have a very, very usable thumbnail. I mean, compared to something you're going to make that's even remotely close to this will probably take you minimum an hour, and most people, it would probably take way over an hour to make anything that looks this good in Photoshop or Canva or anything like that. You can basically A and B test, have multiple thumbnails on your video and let YouTube pick it. So this is a really great way to make multiple now with the AI and then let YouTube decide which one has a better click-through rate, which I think is absolutely game changer for how you're going to get views on your videos, because you're going to basically find a winning thumbnail way faster with this. All right, that is with the face swap. I will say I didn't give it the best photo of myself. I think I needed more face, hands, like more head-on photo of myself. But that face does look like mine. I think the facial expression just looks a little weird. But let's just roll with it and we'll see how this, like what results we get with this. So let's go back to Canva here, and I like to adjust and kind of just sharpen a little bit, the thumbnail, and you can even add a little bit of saturation to it as well if you want to pop a little bit more. And then the only thing I want to fix on this thumbnail right here is put in a up arrow here. Let's try to find an image here. We also can just download one off of Google. Here we go, graphics. That's where we want to go, graphics right there. Up arrow, perfect. And then we'll just bring it over to the exact same size and just kind of put it over with. That is probably the laziest thumbnail I've ever made in my entire life. But if you clicked on this video, then you clicked on an AI thumbnail is basically what I'm saying. That's no shame about it. I'm just trying to tell you, like, that's a perfect example. If you clicked on this video, then that the thumbnails work. And I would definitely recommend using this platform. I've been having great click-through rates on these thumbnails, especially if you get a good example thumbnail to go off of that has proven to work, the concept, or you put it in a really nice prompt in there. Just know you're gonna have to pay for the platform, unless you, or if you're on the free trial, you can try it and you'll have some watermarks on your thumbnails. Another great platform, just adding here as a bonus, is this platform right here, which I've been saving a ton of time with, and I'll put that down below as well. Basically, anytime I post a video on any of my social media platforms, it will automatically go post anywhere else I want it to without any watermark. So now every time I'm posting on my TikTok, it's also posting on my YouTube Shorts with no watermark, and any way around as well. But my favorite part is this. When I log in here, I also have different frameworks here to have it go from TikTok or YouTube Shorts, whatever I want, to my Dropbox. So I usually start it on my TikTok and then it goes everywhere else, as you can see here. But when I post on my TikTok, now it's also saving all my content automatically to my Dropbox with no watermark. So I now have a backup file of all my content. So if you're doing a lot of YouTube and a lot of TikTok and you're kind of posting everywhere, I recommend checking this one out as well. And I put a discount and a link down below as well. So these are some top platforms I've been using. Hope this helps you. Let me know how this thumbnail journey goes for you. I would love to hear how much you guys use this because I've been loving this, and I'll see you in the next video.